Live, local, late breaking.
I'm Tom Stringfellow, live in the 22 newsroom. We'll tell you how some Savannah residents got involved to help catch a crime suspect.
And I'm Carl Stevens, live out across from the new Trade Center going up on Hutchinson Island. How's it doing? We've got a private tour to show you some of that progress coming up.
And good evening, everybody. I'm Natalie Hendrix. Thanks for joining ABC 22 News Live Local Late Breaking tonight. Our top story tonight, brave Savannah city citizens, that is, stepped in now live in our newsroom with the very latest. Tom, what happened?
Natalie, Savannah Police Chief David Gellitley calls this another example of concerned citizens taking back their neighborhoods. Thanks to active involvement by area residents, police arrested 33-year-old Alan Belue and charged him with aggravated assault. When police arrived on the 1200 block of Atlantic Avenue today, they say they found 37-year-old
residents in the area pointed out to Savannah Police as we were looking around for the suspect that they thought he was under the house. And while the officers went around behind the house, the suspect came running out from under the front of the house. And the residents of the area, the people who lived in that area, were nice enough to get involved. They knocked the guy down and held him there until our officers could get back around the house to cuff him and take him into custody.
Simmons is listed in serious but stable condition at Memorial Health University in Savannah. The suspect, Bowie, is in jail tonight awaiting his arraignment later this week. Back to you, Natalie.
Thanks a lot, Tom. And detectives believe an ongoing argument sparked a shooting that killed a Savannah man last night around 9 o'clock. Several men were sitting on a porch in the 200 block of West 42nd Street. Savannah police say they were approached by several people they had argued with earlier in the evening. Shots were fired, and 19-year-old Ashante McKine was killed. Police say they are actively following a number of leads, but are not releasing any information about their suspect. Meanwhile, Savannah police are still looking for a suspect in the death of a Fort Stewart soldier. 21-year-old Roland Vigent died Sunday from a head injury he received in a fist fight in City Market on May 16. Detectives would like to speak with two white males who may have witnessed the incident. They also want to talk to a white female who may have tried to help Vigent while waiting for an ambulance. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Savannah Police. The number is right on your screen, 651-6728. Or, of course, you can always make an anonymous call to Crime Stoppers, and that number is 234-2020. A veteran Savannah police officer who spent years patrolling the inner city is now headed to the war-torn streets of Bosnia. Sergeant Max Wallace retired today after 17 years on the force, but instead of taking it easy, well, he may be headed for the biggest challenge of his career. Betsy Nolan has that story.
After 2 decades in the Army and 2 decades fighting crime in Savannah, most people would be looking forward to
highly well-appointed first-class space for sessions and corporate meetings and some Savannah companies. And this way your second-floor meeting rooms out. So there's meeting rooms down here. These are all meeting rooms. Savannah Civic Center, talking about a pretty big space out there. They're looking at having somewhere around 200 national events coming in here next year, ranging from national conventions on down to training sessions for local companies. Natalie?
Definitely going to mean a lot of big business for our area.
It sure will.
Thanks a lot, Carl. Yesterday, we told you about some of the lessons learned about hurricanes over the last 2 decades. Well, we have seen disasters costs skyrocket because of increasing construction in coastal areas. But since more and more people are moving to the coast, what can we expect emergency officials to do should we be threatened by a hurricane? Scott Pierce joins us now to give us an idea about how we'll be affected should a storm move our way. Scott?
Well, Natalie, the key to survive the increased activity in the tropics is knowledge. You need to know how to protect yourself, your family, and property. It's not a matter of if a storm will strike our area, it's a matter of when. It might be this year, it could be next year. The point is, the chance will stay the same about whether or not a storm does threaten. What will happen here? How will our emergency officials respond?
Well, I think we're in for a rude awakening, unfortunately, should a larger storm hit. That is why, in a Category 3 through 5 storm, we will likely recommend to the chairman of the county commission and the elected officials a mandatory countywide evacuation.
Emergency officials and local government leaders have smoothed out their procedures, hoping to avoid the infighting that has occurred in the past, and they're ready with a plan.
We have a phased approach to evacuation. We want to start with a countywide voluntary evacuation. That is just a word to the wise. That's kind of get people thinking in that direction. We then go to a mandatory islands and low-lying areas. So that gets some of those folks out. And then we phase that into the final one being a county-wide mandatory. So the whole idea here is to not have everybody leaving at once, but a phased approach to that.
There are dozens of responsibilities that residents need to address before the storm is lurking offshore, from family plans on where to go and when, to caring for pets and property. Chatham Emergency Management is geared up to help people prepare now.
But we can certainly give you some time over the phone to explain to you in detail what you can do. Also, we have a lot of publications here. If you could drop by our office, we'd be glad to give you some printed information on what you can do.
Now, there are several ways that you can get information from SEMA. You can log on to their website, the address www.sema.chatham-county.org, or you can call them. Their number 651-3100. And as Philip Weber said, Natalie, you can also stop by their offices in the old courthouse downtown on Bull Street. Very happy to help folks that come in. They've got a lot of literature. They are there to tell you everything you need to know to prepare for hurricane season.
They really have a large amount of information and tips, booklets that you can take home with you.
And very eager to help.
Okay, thanks a lot,
Sure.
Scott. Stay with us tonight. There's more to come on ABC 22 News. Ticket prices have gone up at two of Florida's most popular amusement parks. We'll have the story. And some Palmetto State residents are running south of the border for the sake of art. We'll explain when ABC 22 News returns. Don't go away.
This weather forecast brought to you by your local IGA supermarket.
Alma, that will be moving through that region, giving them some showers. Behind that, not a lot of rain to talk about. But still, these showers are out here around our area. A little closer to home around Savannah, we can zoom the picture in, show you exactly what it looks like in our area. Just around northwestern Chatham, around downtown, a few light showers, heavier rain just crossing the Savannah River into southern parts of Hampton County there. And you can see the lighter rain now in northern Pembroke, around Bryan County there, some lighter showers, but still, finally, getting some rain. We should continue to see it throughout the evening tonight. Right now, it's 88 in Savannah, 87 in Jacksonville, 82 in Augusta. A little cooler with the rain showers and clouds in Macon right now at 82 degrees as well. Now, boating forecast for tonight, we're calling for generally winds shifting from the west around to the north as we have a cold front that will move through overnight tonight, tomorrow morning, and the winds will shift out of the north at about 15 knots. Seas subsiding from 5 feet down to about 2 to 3 feet. Inland waters, only a moderate chop out there. For this evening, expect mostly cloudy skies. If you've got outside activities, expect showers around the area. 66 degrees for the overnight low. For your Thursday, we'll see clouds in the morning. Okay? Once that cold front clears the coast, then we'll see clearing skies by the afternoon, 84 degrees, not as hot as the 91 we saw today. And then on Friday, mostly sunny skies and 86. Check out your Memorial Day weekend. Saturday, 90 and sun. Sunday, sunny and 89. Monday, Memorial Day. Mostly sunny skies, maybe a few clouds, but you're going to see a lot of sunshine with a warm high of 90. So, Natalie, we're getting a couple things we like to see. Rain tonight, which we need, that's good news, and then clearing out for the holiday weekend for the beachgoers and boat goers. It's going to be nice.
Sounds like a perfect forecast to me.
Looks good.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
Sure.
There's more ahead on ABC 22 News, including sports with Buck Belue.
Vince Dooley handed out a pink slip today. That story is next. Plus more from Charlotte, where the Wonder Boy is king. Coca-Cola 600 pre-race hype is next.
Absolutely.
The Emmy winner for Best Drama heats up for the summer.
Call me.
I
You slept with him on a second date?
will. The Practice, ABC Sunday, 10/9 Central, right after 2020.
A number of people witnessed last night's murder of a Savannah man. Detectives are...
You're watching WJCL Savannah. Now, from the heart of the coastal empire in Low Country, this is ABC 22 News at 11. Live, local, late breaking.
After a Midtown shooting leaves a Savannah man dead last night, witnesses are still not coming forward with information for detectives. And military units from all over the Southeast flew into our area earlier today. We'll tell you who's the best bomber in the area. Good evening, everybody. I'm Natalie Hendrix. You're watching ABC 22 News live local late breaking tonight. Now, we'll have more on our top stories in just 1 minute, but first, we're going to head over into the Weather Center to check in with Scott Pierce for a quick look at the weather forecast. Scott?
Thanks a lot, Natalie. We had a gorgeous day today, especially in the afternoon. The clouds moved out, the sun came out. It was really nice. Temperatures on the mild side. This evening, still nice. Take a look at the satellite picture across the area. Clouds have left us. We are seeing mainly clear skies. Look at that. No clouds in Georgia or the Carolinas. Our forecast for tonight, it will stay clear this evening. 59 degrees when you get up in the morning to send the kids off to the last day of school. Shaping up to be a nice one. Tons of sun, 85 degrees. A great day. We'll have your weekend forecast. Look ahead at Memorial Day coming up in a few minutes.
Scott, now on to our top story. We began with Savannah's latest homicide. Police say a crowd of people witnessed the murder of a Savannah man last night, but few are willing to come forward to help detectives. Around 7 last night, police responded to a 911 call at East Broad and Park Street.
Then when we're going into the year 2000.
With first night well underway, Celebrate 2000 committee members hope to bring a variety of entertainment to Savannah, from musicians to laser shows. First night in Savannah hopes to attract close to 7,000 people, and that means good news for a lot of businesses. And other cities such as Macon, Charleston, Atlanta, and even Brunswick have already adopted first night with open arms. Now, city officials hope that Savannah will also embrace this new idea for the new millennium.
Looks like we have a lot to look forward to. Thanks a lot, Tawana. Still to come on ABC 22 News tonight, an arrest warrant is out tonight for Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic. We'll tell you all about it. And who's the best bomber in the Southeast? Well, we'll explain when we come back. We'll have these stories and much more when ABC 22 News returns right after this.
Who do you know that wants to buy a Springfield Ford?
For good deals and good service, come to Springfield Ford, just 10 minutes north of Garden City on Georgia Highway 21.
Who do you know wants to buy a Springfield Ford?
Do you know wants to buy Springfield Ford?